Hey guys, Oliver here, and I just wanted to make a quick video for those of you that have been in the business for a while, or those of you who might be in, and you're kind of not just getting the results you want to get. It can be quite frustrating, and let's just say you're in any business right now. Times are quite tough. We know that the macroeconomic circumstances are difficult for a lot of people, and I understand that, and I really sympathize with you. It's not easy right now, and if you a stay-at-home mom and you've also got kids, that alone is a full-time job. Guys, fill in the blank. There's always going to be something happening in our lives. We're always going to have bills to pay. We're always going to have something that we can look at and we can use it as, and it's hard to accept this, but as an excuse. And the reality, guys, is life is tough. And when you can get to a point that you actually just accept that, you can actually start to move past it. The first step to getting out of your current circumstances and into better is acceptance of your current circumstances. Complaining about your current circumstances is exactly the glue that's keeping you stuck to them. And it's always easier to be a victim, right, to your story than it is to take 100% ownership, no matter how hard it may be. No matter how hard it may be, and actually own your own shit and move forward and say, if it's to be, it's up to me. I'm gonna change my life. And I know it's hard, guys. I know it's hard, and there's people out there that have really good excuses. Really good excuses. But here's something that I can promise you. There's somebody out there that's had a worse situation than you, that's made it, and they've achieved everything they want in life. There are people like that. We know story after story, circumstance after circumstance of people that have overcome adversity, right, despite the most, the hardest conditions, but they've managed to prevail. And it is because they had a huge desire and reason, a why, which was so strong that helped them to overcome their current set of circumstances, right? And that's what I'm going to tell you guys tonight and share with you tonight is you need to just get so clear, like crystal clear, on why you're doing whatever you're doing in your life, because it's actually not the company. It's not the government. It's not your friend. It's not your circumstances. It's not your husband, your wife, what happened to you. Fill in the blank. It might be a brilliant excuse. It's none of that. It's simply you getting to a point where you say, you know what? If it's going to happen, I'm going to make it happen. And, guys, I could share my story with you. Everyone could share their story with you. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. Really, if change is going to happen, if your life is going to change, if you're going to get what you want, you're going to have to do it. And, in this industry of network marketing, where I've managed to build myself, a 7-figure income here in South Africa, where I'm not even worrying about finances in this current economic condition, it's not because I'm just good at this industry or good at this business. Like, I sucked when I started in this industry. I was 19 years old. I couldn't even get a person to say yes to my opportunity, right? I got 180 people tell me no before my first person said yes. My first 30 days in this industry, when I was 19, I was working from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. at my grand's house using her phone because I didn't even have money for airtime. And I was using her phone, running her phone bill through the roof, right? Which my uncle, her son in Australia, was paying for. And he was calling, complaining about the phone bill. And I was hiding the phone bill so that she didn't find out, so that I could keep phoning to hustle, to break through. And I was willing to do whatever it took, right, to get to success. And I spent, 8 to 5 every day for 4 weeks, and I didn't even get one person to join my business. Okay, so I basically failed working 40 hours a week for 4 weeks, 4, 8, 12, 16, 160 hours, zero success. Most people would have quit long before that. 180 people plus said no. Phoned my mentor. I said, listen, I'm going to quit this business. I've tried everything. I've spent 160 hours, on the phone, phoning everyone I know. No one has said yes. This thing doesn't work for me. Maybe it's not for me. He said, Oliver, read a book called GoPro. Now, as you guys know, our amazing upline mentor, Paula Pritchard, and created the scripts which are in that book, The Indirect Approach. And I read that book and I started to speak verbatim. I didn't read, I studied that book. I started to speak verbatim the scripts that were in that book, and I simply called people, and I got good at calling people. I got good at the invitation. I mastered the invitation. I'm not a master at the invitation because I'm good. I'm a master at the invitation because I picked up that phone and failed more times than probably anyone who's quit before. And that's why I managed to get to the level of mastery that I have. Guys, you don't become a professional athlete, right, just by getting on a tennis court or getting on whatever, sport you want to do. You have to hit 1,000 tennis balls in the net every day for years and years and years before you hit that ball over the net consistently. And that's what I did as well. So I was quite lucky that I came from that background where I realized, guess what? Failing is just part of the process. Sucking is just part of the process. Losing is just part of the process. And that mindset, guys, that mindset of failure and success are the same thing. There's no difference. A no and a yes, it's the same thing. It's just the journey. And the longer you do it, the more consistently that you do it, the more willing you are to go through the pain, the more willing you are to get no's and no's and no's. And no matter how boring it is, no matter how much you don't like it, no matter who says what, no matter what happens, you're so clear on your vision. You're so clear on why you are doing what you're doing, why you are picking up that phone every day, because you know it's going to buy you freedom. My question to you is, how much longer are you going to accept mediocrity? How much longer are you going to accept living in the same circumstances you're living? Because for things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, as Jim Rohn said, you have to get better. No one's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. And you have an amazing team. You have some of the best leaders I've ever seen in this industry, right here, making videos every week, trainings. Unless you do it, unless you actually take the time to make a list, pick up that phone and share this business with people, right, nothing's going to happen. And I just wanted to make that video because there's a lot of you out there that I care about, but I know that you're capable of so much more than what you're currently getting in your life. And now is the best time, right? Now is the time. It's the only time for you to really make a decision and to get your act together for you. If you don't do it for you, do it for your family, right? But get clear on why you got involved in this Chinese business, because now's the time to run. Now's the time to do it. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your month. And I really do wish that you make the decision to get serious now and hit these financial bonuses and cash bonuses, because it's always better to make a decision when you can also win some extra money, right? Why not? If there's money on the table, take it. Have an awesome day, guys.